Athletes in the country. I'm Todd Hook along with Chris and Jack. We're going to bring you quarterfinal Friday from Wichita and Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Today, the San Diego Waves will take on the Hayes Larks. We are down to 7, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 today. The Santa Barbara Foresters fell to the Everett Washington Merchants, so the Merchants will advance to the semis tomorrow. And here's how the San Diego Waves will go. They are the visiting team. Number 28, Brandon Stewart, will lead it off and play right field. Luke Navigato will be at second base. Jake Thompson will be in the designated hitter spot and hit third. In the cleanup spot will be Trevor Beard. He will play third base. And Griffin Teicher will be in center field and hit fifth. Jordan Mopaz will be at first base. And Michael Finacciario will be out in left and hit seventh. Aaron Mack will be behind the plate and hit eighth. And rounding out the order for the San Diego Waves, Dimitri Calaccio. He will be at shortstop. Waves perfect through the tournament. They are 3-0. And defensively for Hayes, left, right in the outfield, Raspberry, Boone, and Boston. Weiss will be over at third. Ochoa will be at shortstop. Soberanos at second. Seltzer at first. Gangwish is behind the plate and on the mound. Out of the University of Texas, Arlington will be Dylan Schneider. His numbers in a bit. Stewart, Navigato, and Thompson scheduled. First pitch to Brandon Stewart. That is in there for a call strike at the knees. First pitch at 4:29. Weather 81 degrees. Wind east-northeast at 7. Absolutely stunning day of baseball. Bunted back to the pitcher. Pitcher up with it. Over to first. And he gets the speedy Stewart by an eyelash. So the leadoff man is retired. Stewart runs very well. And he is retired. One out. Here's Luke Navigato out of Cal Baptist. Steps in from the right side. 2 for 11 in the tournament. First pitch swinging, and that is driven to left field for a base hit. So that'll be a one-out hit for Navigato. San Diego with something cooking here in the top of the first. One-out base hit by Navigato. Here is Jake Thompson. Thompson in the designated hitter spot today. Steps in from the left side. Hitless in the tournament. Still looking for his first base hit. Schneider with the check. And that's wide. Ball 1. .81 degrees here in Wichita. Absolutely perfect baseball conditions. 2 more games to follow. We'll tell you about that in just a little bit on quarterfinal Friday. That is in there for a strike. Schneider evens it up. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out. Brandon Stewart led it off. Bunted back to the pitcher. He was out by half a step. And the 1-1. Runner goes. Here's the throw. And that is in the dirt and gets away from Ochoa. Looks like the throw was there in plenty of time. Ochoa unable to handle it. And Navigato will steal it. Runner at second now, 1 out. Jake Thompson with a chance to put his club on top here in the top of the first. Thompson undecided on where he will end up this fall in college. And that's an off-speed pitch. It just misses. Looks like the radar gun is fixed. So we'll give you a speed every now and then. Three balls and a strike. 1 out. Runner at second base. And the pitch. That's off-speed pitch. Popped foul. 3-2 now. 7 o'clock tonight, Derby will take on the Kansas Stars, and in the nightcap, Cheney will take on Mulvane. Quarterfinal Friday. Going to narrow it down to 4. Here's the 3-2. And that is into left field. Raspberry coming in and makes the play. Tough ball to judge off the bat. That was a little inside out swing, and Raspberry read it well. 2 outs now. Here's a cleanup guy, Trevor Beard. Beard out of Texas A&M Community College. 5 for 10 in the tournament. Tough out. Beard down at third base defensively, and he takes a pitch inside. Off-speed pitch just missed the inside corner. Schneider has started a couple hitters out with the soft stuff early. A lot of room in right center. That's inside, just missed him. That got away from Gangwish, not far enough for Navagato to advance. Looks like Gangwish is going to go out and talk to him, possibly gotten crossed up there. Also want to make sure signs are straight with a runner at second base. Make sure everybody's on the same page. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. We're in the top of the first. Game 2 of 4 today. Waves come in 3-0 in the tournament. And here's a 2-0. Good fastball. That is bounced to the left side. Weiss comes in and gets a big hop. Throws in the dirt. And a run will score. Not the best of throws I've seen out of Weiss this year. He had plenty of time. Beard does not run that well. He did come in and get it on the big hop. I think he thought maybe he didn't have as much time as he had. That will go as an error. And the Waves strike first. They lead it 1-0. Beard down to second on the errant throw. And it looks like Hayes is going to give San Diego at least 4 outs this inning. Here's Griffin Teicher out of CSU San Marcos. And that's wide, ball 1. Looks like the wind now appears to be blowing out of the southeast, so not good news for pitchers. That is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Big ballpark here, 330 down the lines. Juts out to 385 in the wells, 400 to straight center. 2 balls and no strikes. Here it is. That's in there for a good fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Pretty good location there from Dylan Schneider. Schneider 3-0 in the regular season. And that misses high. 3-1. Teicher finds himself in a hitter's count here. 3 balls and 1 strike. Runner at second base. A lot of room in left center. They shade him around to right. And that is bounced to the right side, just foul. Home plate umpire today, Conan Strobel. Travis Olson down at first. Robert Dickinson at second. And Jason Blackburn over at third. 4-man crew here with quarterfinal Friday. And here's the 3-2. Off-speed pitch, swung on and fouled back. Pretty good piece of hitting there for Teicher. He's able to keep his hands back long enough to get a piece of it. Welcome all the fans tuning in on the West Coast. Hope to bring you a meaningful ball game today. And that is bounced to the right side, foul. And the folks from up in Hays, Kansas. I think most everybody from Hays is here already, so. And Schneider with the sign. Here's the 3-2 again. That is swung on, bounced to the right side. Soberanos gets it on the big hop over to first in time. San Diego leaves one, but they get one. We've played a half an inning. San Diego 1, Hays nothing. We'll be right back.
For nearly 60 years, Goodwill has helped people like Alexis develop skills through job and education opportunities. A diagnosis of cerebral palsy at a young age has never gotten Alexis down. With the help of a Goodwill employment training specialist, she started working for a local nonprofit agency, which provides support for families of children with developmental disabilities. Now, she's the face of their Wichita office, and she enjoys making a difference in other people's lives. Donate, shop, educate, employ. Learn more and give at goodwillks.org.
The Hayes Larks go. They are the home team. Jonathan Soberanos will lead it off and play second base. Jay Seltzer will be at first base. Colin Simpson will be the designated hitter. And in the cleanup spot will be Clayton Raspberry. He will be in left field. Jacob Boston will hit fifth and play right field. Mikey Gangwish will be behind the plate and hit sixth. Hitting seventh will be Alex Weiss. He will be over at third base. Trevor Boone will be in center field and hit eighth. And rounding out the order for the Larks will be Trey Ochoa. He will be at shortstop. Defensively for San Diego, Finicario will be in left, Teicher in center, Stewart in right, Beard over at third base, Calaccio at short, Navigato at second, and Mopaz over at first. Mack will do the catching, and Kevin Palm, right-hander out of Palomar Community College, will do the pitching. This is Palomar's second appearance in the tournament. 5 1/3 innings of work previously. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, couple walks, and a couple of strikeouts. It'll be Soberanos, Seltzer, and Simpson. Here is Jonathan Soberanos out of Angelo State. Hitting .289 on the season, comes in hitting from the right side. At second base today, first pitch to him. That is in there for a call strike on the inside corner. Soberanos 2 for 11 in the tournament. And that's wide, ball one. Soberanos out of Saxe, Texas. 5'10", 185-pounder. They play him straight away and deep and left. That's inside. Soberanos does run well. We'll steal a base. Waves lead at 1-0. We're in the bottom of the first. That is pop foul down the right side. Wind is dead calm here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Just a little bit past 4:40 Central Time. And here's Palm with the wind and the sign. Here it is. Off-speed pitch that floats high. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Soberanos. Soberanos, a Hayesville Aviator last year. And a 3-2. That is driven to center. Teicher wandering over to his right, has a beat on it, and he'll haul it in for out number 1. And here's Jay Seltzer out of the Colorado School of Mines, left-handed hitter. Hitting .307, 2 for 10 in the tournament. First pitch to him, that is driven up the middle. Teicher coming in, and he won't get there. That'll be a flare off the handle for a 1-out base hit for Seltzer. This brings up the designated hitter, Colin Simpson. Simpson out of Oklahoma State, left-handed hitter. .451 on the season, 4 for 11 in the tournament. Absolutely dangerous. We'll see how Kevin Palm pitches him. Pretty good lead over there by Seltzer. Off-speed pitch floats high. Probably see a steady dose of off-speed stuff to Simpson. 12 home runs on the season. That is skied to right. Stewart going back near the track. He seems to have a beat on it, and he makes the play. That ball was hit a mile high, and that's out number 2. That is a big league flyout right there. Cleanup guy now, Clayton Raspberry, out of Stephen F. Austin. 2, 3, and 4 guys go 307, 451, and 346. What do you do? Raspberry 5 for 13 in the tournament. Left-handed hitter. 2 outs. That's low. 1 ball and no strike to Raspberry. Raspberry in left field tonight. They play him straight away. Off-speed pitch floats high. 2 balls and no strikes. Raspberry out of Heath, Texas. 6'3", 200-pounder. And that's outside, ball 3. At risk of walking Raspberry here with 2 outs. 1 hit apiece. Larks have a error so far. And the 3-0, that misses low. Seltzer down to second, Raspberry down to first. With the walk, here is Jacob Boston. Boston hits from the right side. He's out of Angelo State. 248 and 5 for 11 for the tournament. Boston out in right field. Chance to tie it up right here with a base hit. Tying run at second. Go ahead run over at first. We have 2 outs. And the pitch. That's in there for a call strike on the inside corner. Good fastball at 83 from Kevin Palm. Ball and a strike. Palm trying to get out of it with no damage. And that's an off-speed pitch smothered nicely by Mack. Pitchers don't mind throwing the ball in the dirt. They know they have good hands back there, and that's been the case all week long. Good receivers from every club. And Boston's going to step out, start over. Hitters are a creature of habit. Pitchers have their routines. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is bounced foul. All artificial surface here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium except for pitcher's mound. You will see pitchers scratching around in there in the batter's box. That is just habit. Not many of those BBs will stick to your spikes. Ball and 2 strikes. Playing behind the runner over at first. That is inside, driven to left. 1 run will score, and that'll tie it up. So credit Boston with an RBI. Raspberry down to second, and Seltzer will score. Pretty good piece of hitting there by Jacob Boston. That pitch was on the inside part of the plate. That was a pretty good pitch from Kevin Palm. Pulled his hands in and got him through in a hurry and dumped it into left field. We're all tied up at 1. Here's Mikey Gangwish. Gangwish doing the catching out of the Colorado School of Mines. Left-handed hitter, 437 on the season. 2 for 7. That is skied to right. Stewart right there, has a beat on it, and makes the play. So Hayes leaves a couple. They get 1. After 1 complete, we are all tied at 1. We'll be right back.
Kansas Gas Service delivers natural gas to many of the companies you know, ensuring they have the energy they need to grow and build strong communities, providing cost-effective, safe, and reliable natural gas for a better tomorrow today. Kansas Gas Service.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the second. We're all knotted at one. San Diego Waves versus the Hayes Larks. This is quarterfinal Friday. We are down to 7 teams. Started with 8 at the beginning of the day, down to 7. I have it down to 4 after tonight. 6, 7, and 8 scheduled for the Waves. It'll be Mopaz, Finicario, and Mack. Looks like we are going to have a timing penalty. It looks like that Dylan Schneider was a little bit tardy getting ready to pitch, so ball 1 to Jordan Mopaz out of Hawaii Pacific, right-handed hitter. And the 1-0, kind of a half-hearted swing there. Strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's tough to be behind an account and not even throw a pitch yet. And the 1-1 is in there. Good spot from Dylan Schneider. He's out for inning number 2. Faced 5 in inning number 1. Gave up an unearned run. And to Mopaz, that's in there for a call strike on the outside corner. Good spot from Schneider, and Mopaz will go down looking. 1 out. And here's Michael Finicario. Finicario in left field today. He's 0 for 1 in the tournament. And the pitch. That is to the right side, and that'll get through there for a base hit. So that's his first hit, and he's 1 for 1 today. So just like at last inning, a 1-out base hit, and Finicario is aboard.
His first hit of the game brings up the catcher number 34, Aaron Mack.
And this will bring up Aaron Mack, 1 for 5 in the tournament, doing the catching. Out of Madison, Wisconsin. And the left-hander takes a ball wide. Schneider gets the leadoff man, Mopaz, looking. Finicario, it's a base hit through the right side, and you're up to date. Top of second, we're all tied at 1. And that's in there for a call strike. Good off-speed pitch from Schneider. That just clipped the outside corner. Schneider out of UT Arlington, coached by Darren Thomas. 1-1. That is high and away. If you're listening, old buddy, got a pretty good pitcher right here. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out. Finicario over at first. That is smashed foul down the right side. And leaving it up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waves 3-0 in the tournament. 5-7 win over Mulvane. 8-7 win over Wellington. And a 3-2 win over the U.S. national team. That ball is fouled back. And that'll count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waves hitting .264 as a team in the tournament. That is bounced to the right side. Second baseman flips to the shortstop. Ochoa unable to handle it, and that'll be an error. So Mack will reach on the fielder's choice. And Finicario down to second. Sabaranos was very, very close to Ochoa. I kind of thought he was going to take that himself. That really wasn't a double play ball, was not hit sharply enough. So runners at first and second, only 1 out. 9-hole man, Dimitri Calaccio. First pitch swinging, and that's foul straight back. He was on time with that one. Just got under it. Calaccio 2 for 11. He's the shortstop out of the University of Utah. And that's inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out. Couple of errors today for the Larks. So this will be the second inning in a row. They'll give the Waves at least 4 outs. Wind appears to be freshening out of the south. 8 to 10 mile an hour. Off-speed pitch, and that is just going to be into right field, and that'll fall in there for a base hit. And the Waves will have them loaded. So a ball off the end of the bat for Calaccio falls into right field for a base hit. And we're all loaded up with 1 out. Waves trying to make it to semifinal Saturday tomorrow with a win. They will play Everett, Washington. So the winner will get the folks from Washington. 1 out, bases loaded. Good pitch from Dylan Schneider. That's in there for a call strike. Top of the order, here's Brandon Stewart. Cal San Diego, he's 0 for 1 today. 3 for 14 in the tournament. Bounced out to the pitcher last time up. That is bounced to the left side. Third baseman going to step on the bag. Over to first. Not in time. A run will score. Looks like they've got the runner now hung up between second and third. And another mental blunder by the Larks. Looks like there was some confusion from Sabaranos on whether or not there was a runner at third. So Finacharo will score. That'll make it 2-1 San Diego. Mack was erased, and Calaccio over to third. Stewart down to second on the activity. Defensively for the Larks, that's not exactly how they wanted to draw it up. Instead of having Calaccio in a rundown, they ran him to third, thinking that there was somebody already there. That is to the left side. Ochoa up with it over to first, and that'll do it. Waves leave a couple in a very bizarre inning. They get one. They lead it 2-0. We're going to the bottom of the second. We'll be right back.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, head to visitwichita.com for all there is to see and do.
For 6 generations, this land has provided for this Kansas farmer's family. Now, it also provides affordable, clean energy for Kansas. Watch the full story at weststarenergy.com/cleanenergy.
And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the second. Waves now lead it 2-1. They get one in the top of the second. With his best described as an adventure defensively for the Larks. It'll be 7, 8, 9 for the Larks. It'll be Weiss, Boone, and Ochoa. Palm out for inning number 2. He faced 6 in the first, gave up a run. That is swung on and missed. Good fastball there at the letter, swung through by Weiss. Weiss out of Fort Hays State, hitting .250 on the season, 1 for 4 for the tournament. And the pitch, swung on and missed. And Weiss in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2. That is swung on and missed. Fouled it off, hung on by Mack, and that'll be out number 1. So Weiss goes down swinging on 3 pitches.
Number 32, Trevor Boone.
1 out. Here's Trevor Boone. Boone out of Oklahoma State, hits from the right side. 328 on the season. First pitch swinging, pop foul. Boone 1 for 13 in the series, plays center field. And that's foul straight back. So Palm has been ahead in the count, been filling up and pounding the zone. 1 strikeout on the game for him. Boone out of Owasso, Oklahoma, 6'2", 220. 0-2. That just misses inside. Ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, we're in the bottom of the second. Waves lead it 2-1. And the 1-2. That is driven to right. Stewart coming in a few steps over to his right and makes the play. Stewart very busy in the first inning, couple of putouts. Here is the 9-hole man, Trey Ochoa. Ochoa is 3 for 8 in the series. First pitch swinging, popped up. Looks like the shortstop Calaccio over towards the line. Left fielder Finicario makes the play at the last second. Justin foul ground. Good hustle there and makes the play. So the Larks go down in order. We've played 2. San Diego 2, Hayes 1. We'll be right back.
Hey, sir,
Love you, Coach. Thank you.
For every celebration, for every 6 a.m. wake-up call, for every heartache, for every homecoming, for every home, there is York. Environmentally responsible and technologically advanced to provide the optimal home environment while keeping you connected. Life by you. Comfort by York.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the third. 2-1 San Diego over the Larks. 3, 4, and 5 for San Diego. It'll be Thompson, Beard, and Teicher scheduled. Dylan Schneider out for inning number 3 of work. He's given up a couple of runs. Not exactly the most defense behind him today. Larks hope to rectify that. Here is Jake Thompson. First pitch to him. Just missed outside. Thompson 0 for 1 today. He is 0 for 5 in the tournament. Flew out to left field last time, and that misses wide. 2 balls and no strikes. Thompson out of Albert Lee, Minnesota. That is bounced to the right side. Soberanos up with it. And over to first in time. One out. Here's Trevor Beard. Beard in the cleanup spot today. Reached on an error and was stranded in the first out of Texas A&M Community College. He is 5 for 11 in the tournament and takes the ball wide. Didn't miss by much. Ball and no strikes. Good change of pace from Schneider. And Beard swung through it. Had him way out front of that one. And a 1-1. That misses low. 2 balls and a strike. A lot of room in right center. Looks like they shaded him towards left field. And another change of pace from Schneider. And it swung through and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Thompson led it off, bouncing out to the right side. And a 2-2. That's in there for a call strike. Good fastball on the outside corner. Schneider painted that one, and that's out number 2. That's Schneider's second strikeout of the day. Here's Griffin Teicher. Teicher out of CSU San Marcos, 0 for 1 today. First pitch swinging, and that is just over the top of us. Still waiting for that first foul ball in the booth. Been patient for several days. That is grounded to the left side. Ochoa up with it. Over to first in time. Good play by Ochoa, and that'll do it. So the Waves go in order. We've played 2.5. Waves 2, Larks 1. We'll be right back. And welcome back. We go to the home half of the third. Larks trail San Diego 2-1. Top of the order now for the Larks. It'll be Soberano, Seltzer, and Simpson. Kevin Palm out for inning number 3. Everybody has now seen Kevin Palm. We'll see how the Larks adjust. Soberano's 0 for 1. 2 for 12 in the tournament. 289 on the season. Out of Angelo State. And the first pitch to Soberanos. Shows bunt. Pulls it back and takes ball 1. Ball was a little bit low. Ball and no strikes. Waves lead it 2-1. We're in the bottom of the third. 3 hits for the Waves, 2 for the Larks. Couple of errors for the Larks. Very uncharacteristic. That is low. 2 balls and no strikes. And a 2-0. That's in there for a call strike right down the middle. 2 balls and a strike. Kevin Palm got the Larks in order. Last inning up. Faced 6 in inning number 1. Gave up a run. That is down the left field line, just out of reach of Beard. That'll be down in the corner. Played very well by Finicario. And Soberanos in there to second base with a leadoff double. So the Larks have their leadoff man on. Played very well out there by Finicario. That could have been disastrous if not played well. Pretty big carom out there, or opportunity for a carom. Here is Jay Seltzer. He's 1 for 1 today with a run scored. Left-handed hitter out of the Colorado School of Mines. First pitch from Palm. That is inside. Looks like Mack is going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Seltzer hitting .307 on the season, and he is 3 for 11 in the tournament. Seltzer out of San Antonio, 5'11", 185-pounder. And the conference is over. Mack back to his spot. Nobody out. Runner at second. Leadoff man is aboard. And the pitch. That is driven up the middle, and that'll get out. Almost gets over the head of Teicher. Boy, that could have been a disaster. Seltzer would have ran for a week and a half. Runners at the corner now. Teicher tried to decoy the runner at second base, thinking he was going to come up and make that play. Almost overrun the hop. So that'll be a base hit for Seltzer. Runners at the corners. Looks like we're going to have a conference on the mound. Manager Mike Studer out to talk about it. Probably a good idea to determine how they're going to pitch Simpson. Simpson has absolutely destroyed the Jayhawk League, hitting .451, and has done very well in the tournament. 4 for 12. Simpson out of Oklahoma State. Conference is over. Runners at the corners. Soberanos led it off with a double, and followed by a single from Seltzer. Runners at the corners, and you're up to date. They play Simpson deep. And the first pitch to him, off-speed pitch, is in there for a called strike. Probably see a steady dose of those. Caution Kevin Palm not to hang one. The opportunity to watch Simpson about 3 or 4 times this summer. He will make you pay for a mistake. And the 0-1. That is wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Waves lead it 2-1. Larks with the tying run at third. Go ahead run over at first. And the pitch to Simpson. That is in the dirt. And Seltzer will be down to second on the wild pitch. Second and third now, nobody out. Simpson out of Edmond, Oklahoma. 5'9", 220. Good thing for San Diego. The wind appears to be blowing in from right field. Looks like they're going to bring the corners up. I can see the run in the middle with the They shade him a little bit towards right field. Deep all around. Good change of pace from Kevin Palm, and he swings through it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's probably the worst I've seen Simpson to be fooled all summer long. Very, very good hitter. And Palm with the sign. Here it is. Just misses inside. Nice block by Mack. That saved a run. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You do have a place to put Simpson. He can drive in 2 or 3 at any point here. Not too big of a deal if you walk him. Here's the 3-2. That is swung on and way ahead of it. Just able to get a piece of it. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good hitters, even when they are fooled, they're able to keep their hands back long enough just to get a piece. And here's the 3-2 again. That is fouled back. Good fastball at 84. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Second and third. Leadoff double, followed by a single. And that's off-speed pitch. That is driven down the line. That'll be in the corner. 2 runs will score. Stewart up with it, plays the carom very well, able to keep Simpson to second base with a double. So just like that, the Larks take the lead. They lead it now 3-2. Simpson with a couple of RBIs. That pitch was out over the plate. Caught too much of it. About belt high. And Simpson does what he does best. Simpson 1 for 2. Here's Clayton Raspberry. Walked in the first and was stranded. Raspberry out of Stephen F. Austin. 3 hits in the inning for the Larks. That is swung on, driven to left. Finichario over in the alley and makes the play. That's a good route by Finicario to run that one down. 1 out.
Right fielder number 16, Jacob Boston.
And here's Jacob Boston. Singled in the first. He's 1 for 1 out of Angelo State. Drove in the first run of the ball game for the Larks. That is swung on and popped foul down the right side. Some activity now in the San Diego bullpen. Looks like Ryan Simmon is getting loose. Larks now lead at 3-2. 5 hits for the Larks. Runner goes. Off speed pitch. And Simpson will steal it without a throw. Simpson picked a fantastic pitch to run on. Off speed pitch inside. Mack unable to handle it. And there was no throw. A runner down to third. Nobody out. Here's the 1-1. Infield coming in. Just missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the third. Larks get 1 in the first and now 2 here in the bottom of the third. They lead at 3-2. And that's wide. 3 balls and a strike. Palm gave up a leadoff double, followed by a single, and then a double. And a 3-1. Swung on and missed. That's a good fastball there, good location. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jacob Boston. Boston out of Chandler, Arizona. And the 3-2. That is wide, and he walking.
Take a walk into one of the 3 Wichita Federal Credit Union locations and ask how much.
Runners at the corners with 1 out.
For details.
Here's Mikey Gangwish. Catcher going to go out and talk to him. Maybe stall, get a little bit of time. Twins will take on the Kansas Stars at 7. And then Cheney will take on Mulvane in the nightcap. Plenty of time to get down here. Absolutely stunning night for baseball. Temperature in the low 80s. Very little wind. Conference is over. Mack out giving the first and third signals. Gangwish 0 for 1 today. 437 on the season. 2 for 7. Actually 2 for 8 in the tournament. First pitch is driven down the right field line. Foul. Bullpen catcher makes a nice catch. Waves in desperate need of a strikeout or a ground ball right here to get out of this thing. 2 runs across here in the bottom of the third. Throw to first. And Boston back in there head first. No balls and a strike. Palm in a little bit of trouble. Over to first again. Catcher Gangwish does run well. Pretty good lead over there. And the 0-1. Just missed inside. Correction, that's Boston over there first base. Gangwish was able to check his swing there. Count even now, 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out. And the runner goes. Pitch is swung on and fouled back. Well, Boston will have to go back. Pretty good jump over there. fantastic view of the action from our point of view. Able to see these base runners and their jumps, and a good look at location on pitches, at least are on or off the plate. Ball and 2 strikes. That is off-speed pitch swung on, bounce to the first base coach. Couple bobbles, but he makes the play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Twins and the Stars up next. Plenty of good seats left. And a 2-2. That is bounced to the right side. First baseman will step on it down to second base, and he's safe. A run will score. Just wondering if the shortstop Calaccio thought that was a force. He had to put the tag on him. And it's now 4-2 Larks. 2 outs. Boston down to second. Here's Alex Weiss. 0 for 1 today. A strikeout. Weiss out of Fort Hays State. 250 on the season. Off-speed pitch is low and away. Ball 1. Weiss out of Wellington, Kansas. And a 1-0. That is popped up. Second baseman Navigato going out. He makes the call and gloves it, and that'll do it. So Hayes leaves 1, but they get 3. They now lead at 4-2 over San Diego. We'll be right back.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, head to visitwichita.com for all there is to see and do.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the 4th. Larks get 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. They lead at 4-2 over the San Diego Waves. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Waves. It'll be Mopaz, Finicario, and Mack. Schneider out for inning number 4 of work. Now has a lead, 4-2. We'll see if he can hold on to that one. Mopaz 0 for 1 today out of Hawaii Pacific, and he takes a ball low. 2 for 8 in the tournament. And that's in there for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mopaz out of Honolulu. That is on the outside corner for strike 2. Good pitch from Schneider. Good location. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch swung through and missed. Good change of pace from Schneider, and that'll be out number 1. And here's Finicario, 1 out. He is 1 for 1 today with a run scored. And he takes a fastball in there for a called strike. Finicario 1 for 2 in the tournament. And that's another good fastball on the outside corner. Snyder painting the black today. And the 0-2. That is wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out. Waves trail it 4-2. And the pitch, that is bounced foul down the left side. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the top of 4. That is into left field for a base hit. Pretty good piece of hitting there for Finicario. He's had thoughts of going to second. Stumbles around first. Must be some ice over there. And that will be a 1-out single for Finicario. He is 2 for 2.
Company the catcher number 34, Aaron Mack.
And here's Aaron Mack. Reached on a fielder's choice and was stranded in the second. He's 1 for 6. Mack steps in from the left side and takes a pitch high, ball 1. Mack out of Madison, Wisconsin. Big feller, 6'2", 215. And the 1-0. Just missed, high and away. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at first. Finicario with a 1-out base hit. And a 2-0. Off-speed pitch floats wide, 3 balls and no strikes. And here's the 3-0. That is low, and Mack will walk. First and second, 1 out. Here is Dimitri Calaccio. Calaccio 1 for 1 today. Looks like we're going to have a visit from the Larks pitching coach. Nobody getting loose down in the Larks bullpen, so this will be a defensive review and kind of an remind him he's got the 9-hole guy up. 1 out, 1 pitch from getting out of it. Couple more games to follow. We'll have them all for you. Conference is over. Schneider got the leadoff man, Mopaz, to strike out, giving up a hit to Finicario and a walk to Mack, and you're up to date. And that's an off-speed pitch in there for a called strike. Calaccio 1 for 1 out of the University of Utah. And the 0-1. That is in there for a called strike. Calaccio in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2. Off-speed pitch. Just missed. Just missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Much to the delight of the Hayes faithful. And here's the 1-2. Looks like he's got him picked off. Nobody there to receive the throw by the time the Soberanos arrived. Schneider shot putted it over to him. And Finicharo will be back in there. No activity in either bullpen. Top of 4, 4-2 Larks. Both starting pitchers still in the ball game. And that's wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Umpires are like hitters. Sometimes they have a hard time pulling the trigger. And here's the 2-2. Off-speed pitch. He's way out ahead of it. Just gets a piece of it. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Calaccio with some air-conditioned britches there. Looks like the days are numbered on those pants. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That is fisted foul. Nice play over there by a fan with a glove. It's one of the better plays I've seen this week. Brought his glove, looked it in, and hands it to a little guy. That's the way it works. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch is popped up. Right fielder Boston coming in. Not deep enough to tag. He will make the play for out number 2. Top of the order here is Brandon Stewart. 0 for 2 today, reached on a fielder's choice and was stranded in the second. Stewart out of Cal San Diego. 3 for 15 in the tournament, playing right field. First pitch to him, that's in there for a called strike. No balls and a strike, 2 outs, runners at first and second. Base hit by Finicario and a walk to Mack. First and second. That is swung on, foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Snyder trying to get out of it. Stewart out of Temecula, California. 5'9", 160. And he swings through it, and that'll do it. So the Waves are going to leave a couple. We've played 3.5. Larks 4, Waves 2. We'll be right back.
Hey, you'll want to sit down for this, because you can get a large 2-topping Pizza Hut pizza for $7.99 delivered, which you can reorder using the Hut seat. Okay, that thing's ridiculous. Simply reorder on your phone with just a few clicks. It's the easiest way to order. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
It's a sunny morning of bliss, till your phone falls in the abyss. When your morning is hell, just go to Taco Bell.
And let us make you an entire breakfast all wrapped up. The Breakfast Crunch Wrap, only at Taco Bell.
And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Larks lead at 4-2. Looks like a new arm for the San Diego Waves. Looks like number 5, Ryan Simmon, will take over. 6 foot, 175-pounder left-hander out of Valley Center, California, will take over. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Larks. Boone, Ochoa, and Sabaranos. First pitch to Boone, swung on and missed. That is bounced up the middle, and that'll be a leadoff base hit for Trevor Boone. Larks have the leadoff man aboard. Here is Trey Ochoa. 7-3 innings of work in the tournament. He's struck out a couple, and he was credited with the save. Yet to give up a run. And that pitch is bunted. That's too hard. That is down to Mopaz. First baseman comes in to make the play in the air. That'll be out number 1. So Ochoa trying to move the runner over, bunted it too hard right to the first baseman Mopaz, and that's out number 1. Top of the order, here's Jonathan Soberanos. Soberanos doubled in the third and scored. He's 1 for 2 today. He's out of Angelo State. 289 at the start of the day. And he takes a ball high. 3 for 13 in the tournament. Larks are out of the Jayhawk Collegiate League. They were second this year behind the Liberal BJs, and that's high. 2 balls and no strikes. Very competitive league. And that is low. 3 balls and no strikes. This is the Larks' 15th appearance. They're 62 and 28 at the beginning of the tournament coming in. Best they've done is second. That was last year. They've been in the finals 5 times. So a very storied history for the Larks. That's in there for a strike. 7 trying to get healthy in the count here against Jonathan Soberanos. Soberanos out of Saxe, Texas. And a 3-1 to him. That is foul straight back. He was looking dead red on that one. Good hack there from Soberanos. That'll run the count to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Leadoff man Trevor Boone aboard with a leadoff hit. Ochoa tried to sacrifice, popped up to the first baseman. And that is driven to right center. Right fielder laying out, unable to come up with it, able to hold it, able to keep the ball near him. Soberanos is in there with a base hit. Boone over to third. Second hit of the game for Soberanos. He's 2 for 3. Larks with runners at the corners. They are not letting off the gas. Here's Jay Seltzer. And the pitch. That is first pitch swinging, popped up. Shortstop Calaccio over near the line. Makes a basket catch just inside foul ground. And Soberanos tags up at first. Good base running there by Jonathan Soberanos. Saw that the throw was going home and moves into second. 2 outs now. Pretty dadgum good leather by Calaccio at shortstop. Went a long way to get it. Here's Colin Simpson. They're out to talk to him about it. Some activity now in the San Diego bullpen. Pretty much all hands on deck in these quarterfinal games. Worry about tomorrow. And the pitch. First pitch swing, and that is drilled to center, a mile high. Teicher coming in, playing the wind, and make.
Hey, good Friday afternoon, baseball fans. KSN meteorologist Leon Smith have been here in the Storm Tracker 3 Weather Center. What a fantastic day for baseball. Beautiful conditions out there at the NBC World Series at Lawrence Dumont. Good looking afternoon, topping out at 83 degrees today. Just warm and wonderful. Clouds this morning gave way some afternoon sunshine. Look, we'll be looking at partly cloudy skies, unbeatable by sunset. It should be a beautiful sunset. Temperatures around 80 degrees. Now, heading home this evening, we will have a chance for showers and storms to begin developing in the overnight hours through tomorrow morning. So we could see a few stray showers or storms out there on the western horizon, maybe making its way into Wichita, depending depending on how late you are planning on staying out at the games and heading home. We'll say temperatures will be down into the low 70s by this evening, so that means a cooler start for you tomorrow, and also some showers and storms back in the forecast for you tomorrow morning through your weekend. For your latest forecast, make sure you keep it here on KSN. Have a great day at the game. It looks like absolutely beautiful weather.
And we go to the top of the fifth, 2, 3, and 4 for the Waves. They trail the Larks 4-2. Navagato, Thompson, and Beard scheduled here for the Waves in the fifth. Schneider out for inning number 5 of work. He's given up 2 runs so far. First pitch to Navagato is high. Navagato out of Cal Baptist. 1 for 2 today, and a run scored and a stolen base. That is driven to left field. Raspberry has a beat on it and makes a play right in his tracks. 1 out.
Designated hitter number 7, Jake Thompson.
And here's the designated hitter, Jake Thompson. 0 for 2 today. He is 0 for 6 in the tournament. Bounced out to the right side in the third and flew out to left field in the first. 0 for 2. Off-speed pitch just missed outside. Thompson out of Albert Lee, Minnesota, 5'11", 175, left-handed hitter, and he takes a pitch high. Thompson heading the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Hitters count, right on left matchup. They play him straight away. That is driven to left field. Raspberry about the same spot he caught the last one for out number 2.
Nominating the cleanup hitter, third baseman number 20, Trevor Beard.
And here's Trevor Beard. Reached on an error in the first and struck out in the third. He's 0 for 2. Beard 5 for 12 in the tournament. First pitch swinging, swings through it, strike 1. Texas A&M Community College. Out of San Clemente, California. That is in there for a strike. Beard behind in the count, 0-2. And that is nubbed foul.
That foul ball is brought to you by Auto Pay Repair. Since 2006, APR has been helping individuals, businesses, and fleet repairs restore and make upgrades to their vehicles.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the top of the fifth. That is bounced to the right side. Looks like Soberanos is going to come up with it over to first in time. So the Waves go in order. We've played 4.5. Larks 4, Waves 2. We'll be right back.
For 6 generations, this land is provided for this Kansas farmer's family. Now, it also provides affordable, clean energy for Kansas. Watch the full story at weststarenergy.com/cleanenergy.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, head to visitwichita.com for all there is to see and do.
And welcome back. We go to the home half of the fifth. Hayes leads at 4-2 out over San Diego Waves. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Larks. Raspberry, Boston, and Gangwish expected. Semin out for inning number 2 of work. Got in a little bit of trouble, got out of it last time. And that is low. Ball 1 to Raspberry. Raspberry out of Stephen F. Austin, left-handed hitter. 0 for 1 today, walked in the first. And he takes a pitch low. 5 for 14 in the tournament, 346 on the season. Good numbers. And that's inside. 3 balls and no strikes. And here's the 3-0. That is low. 4-pitch walk issued to Raspberry to start the 5th.
Take a walk into one of the 3 Wichita Federal Credit Union locations and ask how much money they can save you each month. Top of the 8th, right fielder number 16, Jacob Boston.
And here's Jacob Boston. He is 1 for 1 today with a walk out of Angelo State. Playing right field, and he takes a pitch inside, ball 1. Boston 6 for 12. Credited with an RBI in the first. 248 on the season. And that is low. Mack going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Simmons gave up a couple of hits after coming in the 4th. Pep talks over. Boston ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Boston out of Chandler, Arizona. He will step out to adjust his protective gear. A lot of guys with that armor on their ankles. And a 2-0. That's in there for a called strike. Looked like a little off-speed pitch from Simmons. 2 balls and a strike. We're halfway through this one. Larks lead at 4-2. Winner plays tomorrow. And tries to check his swing. Went around. And that'll even it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kevin Palm was lifted after 4 innings. He was trailing 4-2 when he was lifted. That is batted foul. Like plenty of foul balls for everybody. Tournament director Kevin Jinks says that it takes 230 dozen baseballs to put this tournament on. Here's the 2-2. That is foul back. That's a lot of souvenirs. Two balls, 2 strikes, runner at first. Leadoff base hit leadoff walk to Boone. That is through the left side for a base hit. And Boston is aboard. Raspberry at second. Larks with runners at first and second, nobody out. Here is Mikey Gangwish, 0 for 2 today out of the Colorado School of Mines. The lefty comes in hitting .437 at the start of the day. 2 for 9 in the tournament. Chance to get another one right here. And the pitch, that is sprayed foul on the left side. That'll leave the ballpark.
Foul ball brought to you by Graphics, Wichita's final graphics.
Just wondering if I parked far enough away. Well, we'll find out when we get out. Larks hitting .290 as a team in the tournament, .316 in the regular season. And he bunts that one back to the pitcher. Up with it, over to third, gets the lead man. Good play by Ryan Simmons. Instinctively came up with that ball in a hurry. Feels his position very well. Threw a strike to Beard. That's out number 1. So Raspberry is erased. And Gangwish down to first on a fielder's choice. Runners at first and second. Here's Alex Weiss. 0 for 2 today. Struck out in the second. Popped out in the third. First pitch swinging. Bounced foul. Larks are managed by Frank Leo. Been at the helm a long time. Weiss out of Fort Hays State. 1 for 6 in the series. And the pitch to him. That is bounced to the right side. The only play that Mopaz will have. He'll take it himself and retire Weiss. Boston down to second, Gangwish down to second, and Boston down to third. Weiss is retired, 2 outs. This will bring up Trevor Boone. He's 1 for 2 out of Oklahoma State. 2 for 15 in the series, 328 on the season at the start of the day. Good numbers. And that one handcuffed him a little, and he swings through it, strike 1. Boone out of Owasso, 6'2", 220. I'm guessing he played a little football too. Big football school there. That is bounced to the left side. Galascio up with it, over to first, throws off balance in time, and that'll do it. So the Larks threaten. They leave a couple, and we've played 5. Larks 4, Waves 2. We'll be right back.
For 6 generations, this land is provided for this Kansas farmer's family. Now, it also provides affordable, clean energy for Kansas. Watch the full story at weststarenergy.com/cleanenergy.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the 6th, and Dylan Schneider will get the baseball for the 6th. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for the Waves. First pitch to Griffin Teicher's in there for a strike 1. Teicher 0 for 2 out of the caller CSU San Marcos. And that's inside. Ball 1. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. And a 1-1. That is bounced to the right side. Sobranos on the big hop over to first in time to get the speedy Teicher. And that's out number 1.
First baseman, number 23, Jordan Hopas.
And here's Jordan Mopaz. 0 for 2 today. A couple of strikeouts out of Hawaii Pacific. Comes from Honolulu. And the first pitch to him is fouled back. No balls and a strike, 1 out. San Diego running out of time. We're on the top of the 6th. They trail it 4-2. And that's driven to right field. Boston a couple of steps back, shading his eyes, and makes the play. Tough Sunfield out there. Played it well. That is out number 2. And here's Michael Finicario. 2 for 2 today, a run scored. Steps in from the left side. Finicario out of Omaha takes a strike. 5'9", 195-pounder. And the 0-1. That is in there, strike at the knees. Schneider ahead in the count, 0-2. Schneider gave up a run in the first and the second. Since then, has shut down the Waves. That just missed outside. Gangwish going to hold it there for a second for Conan Strobel to have a second look. Not sure how helpful that is. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch, that hit in front of the plate, had everybody in the stands running for cover. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I've done my share of umpiring, and when you see that ball going to hit in the dirt in front of the plate, there's no place to go. Here's the 2-2, swung on and missed, and that'll do it. So Schneider gets the Waves in order. We've played 5 1/2. Larks 4, Waves 2. We'll be right back.
Hey, baseball fans. Cool off and grab a nice cold Bud Light draft for only $3. Going on till 6 o'clock. You only have a few minutes. Bud Light, this Bud's for you. Ladies and gentlemen, come on down to Revolution Lounge, located at 233 North Mosley Street. Open 7 days a week from 7 p.m. till 2 a.m. for your ultimate party experience. Today's specials: $3 Corona, Corona Light, Fireballs, $4 Bacardi Rum and Flavor, $5 Vodka Red Bull, and a Vegas Bond. Remember, it's 21 and over to enter, and as always, no cover. Let's rev it up. Be sure to follow us on all social media for exclusive player interviews and game updates. Add us on Snapchat to follow team takeovers every game. Check out our QR codes and snack codes in the tunnel leading to the stands and throughout the concourse.
And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Larks lead it 4-2. It'll be 9-1 and 2 for the Larks. Semin gets the baseball for inning number 3. He has yet to give up any runs. Got in a little bit of trouble, got out of it. 9-hole man Trey Ochoa now, 0 for 2 out of Sam Houston. First pitch from Semin is low, ball 1. Ochoa at shortstop today. That is in on his hands, popped up to left. Fenicario makes the play for out number 1. And top of the order now, here's Jonathan Sabaranos. 2 for 3 today, a run scored in the 3rd. Right-hander out of Angelo State by way of Saxe, Texas. Single in the 4th, doubled in the 3rd, popped out in the 1st. 2 for 3. And that is low, ball 1. Comes in today, started today hitting .289. He is 4 for 14 on the series. And that's a strike. That'll even it up, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sabaranos played in Hayesville last summer. Off-speed pitch misses wide, 2 balls and a strike. Larks left runners at 2nd and 3rd last inning. Unable to capitalize. That is in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ochoa led it off, popped out to the left fielder. And top of the order now, Sabaranos. And a 2-2. That is sprayed foul down the right-hand side. That'll be into the playground.
For all your insurance needs, call Aegis or visit AegisGroupsProtects.com.
Two more ball games tonight after this one. Stars and Derby will be up next. That is swung on miss. Good change of pace from Semin, and that'll be out number 2.
HVAC company, call 943 Heat or 943 Cool and let the experts at Fauna Stock get you cooled off. Nominating the first baseman number 9, Jace Seltzer.
And here's the first baseman, Jace Seltzer. 2 for 3 today. A couple of runs scored. Colorado School of Mines. That is a 1-hopper to the second baseman. Navigato up with it. That is up the line. And the first baseman, Mopaz, thought he was a little closer than that. Able to step on it and make the play. Nonetheless, the Larks go in order. We've played 6, 4-2 Larks. We'll be right back.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your cleats.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your cleats.
If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it.
Back! Let's finish strong!
If you're happy and you know it, clap your cleats.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the 7th. Waves trail the Larks 4-2. Looks like a new arm on the mound for the Larks. Or is that is Schneider. Sorry about that. Looked like a different number out there. When you get old, you can't see nothing. Nonetheless, it'll be Schneider, and he will face 8, 9, and 1 of the Waves. It'll be Mack, Calaccio, and top of the order, Stewart. Here's Aaron Mack. 0 for 1 with a walk. And he takes a strike. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd and was stranded and walked in the 4th. And that is wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that is bounced to the right side. First baseman up with it. Flips to Schneider for out number 1. That's just how you draw it up in spring training.
Shortstop number 11, Dimitri Colaccio.
And here's the 9-hole man, Dimitri Calaccio. 1 for 2 today, singled in the 2nd. University of Utah product. First pitch swinging, foul back, strike 1. And that swung on and missed. And Calaccio in a hole, 0-2. 1 out. Waves trail the Larks 4-2. That is bounced to the left side. Weiss up with it over to first in time. And that's out number 2. Stay tuned. Steve and Denning will have the next game for you. It'll be the Stars and the Derby Twins. 2 out, top of the order. Here's Brandon Stewart. Stewart 0 for 3 today out of Cal San Diego. Good change of pace from Dylan Snyder. Started him out with a changeup. He swung through it, and that's strike 1. 3 for 16 in the tournament. Out of Temecula. That is popped up to the right side. Looks like Boston coming in. The right fielder will make the play. And the Waves go in order in the 7th. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. 4-2 Larks. We'll be right back.
Hey, sir, how you doing?
Love you, Coach. Aw.
9 o'clock, you're pitching tomorrow.
And welcome back. We go to the home half of the 7th. Stretch time in Wichita, and little John Denver on the side. 4-2 Larks over San Diego. Looks like Ryan Simmons going to go out for inning number 4. Correction, this is inning number 3. And the first pitch is low, ball one. It'll be Simpson, Raspberry, and Boston. This is the time to face Colin Simpson, nobody on. And the 1-0 is low. Simpson out of Oklahoma State. 1 for 3 today and scored. A couple of RBIs. Doubled in the third. And that's in there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Simpson started the day hitting .451. Unheard of. And a 2-1 swung on and missed. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Some activity now in the San Diego bullpen. Looks like Addison Domingo getting loose. And a 2-2. That's bounced foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Nobody on. Larks lead at 4-2. Waves with 4 hits and Hayes with 8. And the pitch swung on, and that gets a piece of the catcher. Bounces out near the mound. Umpire's going to go out and retrieve the baseball. Not sure where that got Mack. Tough customers back here, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can tell you. They are playing Simpson to pull. A lot of room in left center. That is popped foul down the right side.
That foul ball is brought to you by Auto Paint Repair. Since 2006, APR has been helping individuals, businesses, fleets repair and restore and upgrade their vehicles.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. And a pitch to Simpson. Off-speed pitch drilled down the right side, just foul. He was out ahead of that off-speed pitch, got it a little off the end of the bat. Still hit it with authority. I'm thinking he could probably get a hit with balsa wood. Here's the 2-2. That is driven again down the right field line. Bullpen guys are going to want to screen. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball swung on and foul. Simpson never gets cheated at the plate, that's for sure. Couple of RBIs today. 12 home runs on the season. That is wide. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a 2-2. Swung on and missed. Dropped by Mack. He retrieves it down to first in time. Simpson ran well, made that close. And that'll be out number 1. This will bring up Clayton Raspberry.
Brings up the cleanup hitter, left fielder number 15, Clayton Raspberry. Cleanup hitter brought to you by
0 for 1, a couple of walks out of Stephen F. Austin. First pitch swinging, that's going to get through there for a base hit. So that's Raspberry's first hit of the game. And Raspberry is aboard with 1 out. Here's Jacob Boston. Boston 2 for 2 with a walk. Seven for 12 on the tournament. Actually 7 for 13. Started the day hitting .248. Steps in from the right side. That's inside, almost hit him. Boston out of Angelo State. Chandler, Arizona. That is bounced to the left side. That's a high hopper cut off by the third baseman. Over to first in time. Almost a collision there by Beard and Colaccio. That was kind of in no man's land. Good job that Beard cut it off. And that's out number 2. Not sure Colaccio would be able to get enough on it throwing across his body with that angle. 2 outs. Here is Mikey Gangwish. Catcher's 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Flew out and bounced out in the 3rd. And he's 2 for 10. Takes a pitch ball. Low for ball 1. Runner at second. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th. That's in there for a call strike. Pretty good location by Ryan Simmons. That'll even it up. 1 ball and 1 strike. They play Gangwish straight away. Second baseman back on the grass. That is drilled down the first base line, foul. The pitcher down there is having a heck of a time getting loose because every time he turns his back, somebody drills a ball down there. I'm thinking if they ever build a new ballpark here, those bullpens will probably be hidden somewhere else. That's inside. Count even out. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. And here's the 2-2. That is bounced to the right side, foul. Wrigley Field used to have bullpens that were very close to the line, and that was dangerous for a lot of years. They have since moved those. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch, that's bounced to the right side. Mopaz up with it, flips to the pitcher, Simmons, and that'll do it. So the Larks leave one. We go to the 8th. 4-2 Larks. We'll be right back.
Mom, we're gonna be late.
I know.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the 8th. 4-2 Larks over San Diego. New arm for the Larks. Looks like they're going to go with number 30, Chad Smith. 6'4", 205-pounder out of New Mexico. He will throw from the right side. He will take over for Dylan Schneider. Went 7 strong innings, only giving up 2 runs on 4 hits. 2, 3, and 4 for the Waves. It'll be Navagato, Thompson, and Beard. Here is Luke Navagato. First look at Chad Smith. And that is low, ball 1. First pitch at 88 for Smith. 17 innings of work this past summer. He only gave up 12 hits, 6 runs, 19 strikeouts, and 7 walks. ERA 2.11. So Smith will be called on to try to keep the Waves right where they're at. He's behind an account, 2 balls and no strikes. And that's in there. Strike to Navagato out of Cal Baptist. Navigato out of Riverside, California. Here's the 2-1. That is in there for a strike at the letters. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good fastball at 90 from Chad Smith. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We're in the top of the 8th. Waves running out of time. That is bounced to the right side. First baseman Seltzer over. Flips back to the pitcher covering. And that'll do it for Navigato. Seltzer went a long way to get that one. I'm thinking Sabaranos could have made that one, but you never know. 1 out, here's Jake Thompson. 0 for 3 today. Thompson out of Albert Lee, Minnesota, left-handed hitter. First pitch from Chad Smith, high, ball 1. Smith out of the stretch when nobody's on. That is low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, Navigato grounded out to the right side to lead off the inning. Here's the 2-0. That is in there for a call strike at the knees. Good fastball from Chad Smith. Smith out of Albuquerque. Two balls and a strike. That is in there for strike 2. Good location there from Smith. That'll even it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a 2-2. That is low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Waves hitting .264 as a team in the tournament. They're 3-0. That just inside and a walking. That'll bring a tying run to the plate. Thompson aboard with 1 out. Here's Trevor Beard. Beard hitting in the cleanup spot. Reached on an error in the first, struck out and bounced out. He's 0 for 3 out of Texas A&M Community College. Like nothing more than to square one up here and tie it up. First pitch from Smith. That's in there. Good fastball at 89 at the belt. Strike 1. Wind appears to be now blowing out of the southeast. That's blowing out to left. They shade Beard around to left field. That misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. A few folks in the stands disagreed with that one. Count even 1-1. Twins have arrived. They're getting loose. They're taking some hacks in the cage. They'll play the Stars next. And the 1-1. Runner goes. Throw down. That is to the first base side and gets into center field. Not far enough for Thompson to go. So Thompson will steal it. Runner at second with only 1 out. 2 balls and a strike to Beard. Beard, the third baseman today. Out of San Clemente. Try to cut this lead to 1. Looks like time is called. Gangwish is going to go out and talk to Smith. Runner at second base. This is the first time Smith has had a runner at second, so we want to make sure the signs are accurate. Everybody's on the same page. Sabaranos was also in. Maybe they might have something cooked up. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out. Smith trying to hold the Waves right there. That is sprayed down the field, right field, foul. That'll be out of play. Just over the beer garden. Two balls and 2 strikes. Beard 5 for 13 in the tournament. And that's wide. Nice block there by Gangwish. 3-2 now. Pitchers have no fear about throwing the ball in the dirt these days. Three balls, two strikes. Here's the payoff. And that's low, ball four. Second walk of the inning issued by Chad Smith. Runners at first and second. And that'll bring the go-ahead run to the plate. Looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound. Looks like we're going to make a change. He motions towards the bullpen. We'll let you know who it is in just a moment. Well, we've got a minute. Need to remind you, a couple more ball games to follow. The Stars will take on the Derby Twins, and in the nightcap, it'll be Cheney versus Mulvane, a couple of local teams, both of which came through the first week. Looks like the Larks are going to go with a left-hander. Looks like Tyler Starks will take over. Starks, a 5'8", 140-pound left-hander out of Stephen F. Austin by way of Mesquite, Texas. So he'll be called on to try to slow down the waves here. Runners at first and second. Those will be charged to Chad Smith. So Smith will be rooting for Tyler Starks here in the eighth. Before we get too much further down the line, I want to thank some folks for letting me have this privilege. First of all, Chris Worrell, he set all this up. He's the engineer behind all this. Jack Worrell does all of the camera work for us. Kevin Jinks, tournament director, let me come up here and do 20-plus ball games. It's a big risk on his part. So we were taken care of like royalty up here for 2 weeks. So I really appreciate this opportunity. I also want to thank my coworkers for letting me come down here and slide off early the first week of going back to work to come down here and do this. Appreciate that. They know if I wasn't down here, I'd be watching anyway, so might as well send me down here. One out, runners at first and second. Starks is ready to go. And the first pitch to Teicher inside, almost hit him. Starks 24 2/3 of work, struck out 44. So strikeout pitcher, 1.45 ERA this past summer. That's in there for a call strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gave up 9 hits and 24 innings of work, only gave up 4 runs. He was 4-0 on the season, 7 saves. Pretty good success for Tyler Starks. Off-speed pitch, that misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. Tyler out of Mesquite, Texas. That is fouled back. Teicher out of CSU San Marcos. 0 for 3 today. 2 for 9 on the series. Left-handed hitter. Base hit, he can cut this lead to 4-3. And the pitch. That is in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Gangwish. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Navagato led it off, bouncing out to the right side. Thompson walked and Beard walked. And you're up to date. Here's the 3-2. That is driven to center. Boone back and to his right, ranging over to his right, makes the play. And he throws a strike to third base, able to hold Thompson right there at second base. 2 outs. And it'll be up to Jordan Mopaz to keep this thing going. Mopaz, the first baseman today. A couple of strikeouts and a fly out of Hawaii Pacific. First pitch to him. That's in there for a strike at the letters. No balls and 1 strike. Two for 10 on the tournament, and he fouls it back.
That foul ball brought to you by Graphics, Wichita's Vinyl Graphics Specialist.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Starks trying to hold it right there. And the 0-1. That misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Everybody clap your hands.
Mopaz, a couple of strikeouts, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. Trying to keep it going right here. And off-speed pitch is fouled back. Pretty good piece of hitting by Mopaz, able to keep his hands back. That was an absolutely filthy pitch from Tyler Starks. Count remains 1-2, 2 outs. Top of 8. Waves with runners at first and second. Trying to move on to tomorrow. Who will it be? Here's the 1-2. That is popped foul down the right side, and that'll be out of play. Pretty good catch there by a kid on 1 hop. Ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. That is swung on and missed. Good fastball at 88. And Mopaz is retired. Waves strand a couple.
Let's say you start an engineering company, and you look at all this, the places where people need to work, play, and learn, what they need to live, what they need to live better. And you know which part you want to work on? All of it.
And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-2 Larks. New pitcher on the mound for the Waves. It'll be a right-hander, Cole LaRue. LaRue out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 6'1", 170-pound right-hander. And he'll be called upon to try to keep the Larks right where they're at. Larks lead at 4-2. 4 hits for the Waves, 9 for the Larks. Larks got 1 in the first, 3 in the fourth, and that's been it. Waves get 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and that's been it for them. Haru comes in to relieve Ryan Seaman. Seaman came in the 5th through 3 scoreless. 7, 8, and 9 for the Larks. And the first pitch to Alex Weiss is fouled back, strike one. A good fastball at 87 from Haru. Weiss 0 for 3 out of Fort Hayes. 1 for 7 in the tournament. Comes in hitting .250 at the start of the day. And the 0-1. That is back to the pitcher. Haru gloves it. Flips to Mopaz. And that's out number 1. And here's Trevor Boone. 1 for 3 today out of Oklahoma State. 2 for 16 in the tournament. Hitting .328 at the start of the day. He is the center fielder. First pitch to him, that's in there for a strike. Boone out of Owasso. And the 0-1. That is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1. Good off-speed pitch from Haru. That's in there for a strike. Look like a little 12-6 curveball there. 1 and 2 now. That is just out of the reach of Navagato. He tried to elevate himself, jump up and get that one. That one hit off his wrist. So that'll go as a base hit. Ball was hit right on the button by Trevor Boone, and he is aboard with 1 out. And the pitch, that is fouled back. First pitch swinging from Trey Ochoa, and he's down in the count 0-1. Ochoa 0 for 3, playing shortstop. 3 for 11, comes in hitting .229 at the start of the day out of Sam Houston. And the 0-1. That's in there for a call strike at the knees. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1 out base hit by Trevor Boone. 4 hits for the Waves, 10 for the Larks. Waves jumped out ahead in the top of the first, scored 1, and scored another one in the second, and that's been it. No balls, 2 strikes, swung on and missed, and that'll do it for Trey Ochoa. 2 down, top of the order. Here's Jonathan Soberanos. 2 for 4 today out of San Angelo. Out of Angelo State, I mean. Steps in from the right side. Second year in the Jayhawk League. Larks come in 30 and 12 overall. And that's wide. Larks got a 6-0 win over San Antonio. He dropped one to the Diamond Dogs 7-3. And got a 3-1 win over the Seattle Studs. They are 2-1 in the tournament. They are trying to get to tomorrow. And here's the 0-1. That's in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff second baseman. Four for 15 in the tournament. And that is inside. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs, Boone over at first. 1 out base hit just out of reach of Navagato. And a 2-1 bounce to the left side. Looks like Beard's going to go up with it. Going to go to the short way.
If we really put everything in our name that we do, it would look like this. Professional mechanical, electrical, plumbing, structural, telecommunications, civil, transportation, aviation, water, wastewater, energy, land development, planning, field services, survey, geotechnical, materials testing, inspection, 3D scanning, air and water balance, engineering consultants.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the ninth. San Diego needs a couple to keep this thing going. 7, 8, and 9 for the Waves. It'll be Finicario, Mack, and Colaccio. Tyler Starks out for inning number 2. Finicario first pitch swinging and fouls it back, strike 1. Finicario 2 for 3. And that swung on and popped up. Third baseman Weiss going out, and that'll fall harmlessly. A lot of foul ground here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Big ballpark. What wind we do have is blowing out to left. Finicario been a tough out today. He's 2 for 3. Run scored out of Omaha. And the 0-2. That is sprayed down the left field line, foul. Good wood on it, just unable to keep it fair. They list Tyler Starks at 5'8", 140. That pitch is swung on and fouled back. And the 0-2. That is in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Able to snap that breaking ball off with the best of them. Not a big guy. Gets everything going downhill. And the 1-2. Just missed outside. About 100 umpires over here behind the Hayes Larks dugout. Begs to differ. That'll even it up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that misses outside, 3-2. Big matchup here, 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's in there for a call strike at the knees. He just painted it, and that's out number 1. Leadoff man is retired. Waves down to their final 2 outs. And the first pitch to Aaron Mack is in there for a strike. Mack 0 for 2 today, reached on a fielder's choice and walked. Bounced out in the 7th. And that is driven to left field. Raspberry over. That's got over his head, and that'll bounce over the fence for a ground rule double. So Mack puts a charge in that one, hits it right where it's pitched, and drives it over Raspberry's head, and it bounces over. And here is Dimitri Colaccio. First pitch to him is wide, ball 1. Tying run now at the plate. Colaccio out of the University of Utah. 1 for 3 today. He is 3 for 14. And swung on and missed. Took a little bit off. And Calaccio swung through it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stay tuned. Steve Strain will have the next one with you for you. Twins versus the Stars. And that pitch is swung on and missed. Good location from Tyler Starks. A little cut fastball there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good movement. A lot of late life on his pitches. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner at second base. Swung on and missed. Hung on by Gangwish. And that'll do it for Calaccio. 2 outs. Third strikeout of the ball game for Starks. Top of the order here is Brandon Stewart. So it'll be up to Brandon Stewart to keep things going here in the top of the 9th. Larks lead at 4-2. Stewart out of Cal San Diego and takes a strike at the letters. Good fastball at 85 from Tyler Starks. And the 0-1, that is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Larks 1 out away from getting to the semifinals tomorrow. They will play the Everett Washington Merchants if they hang on here. And the 1-1. That is wide. Stewart hitless today. 3 hits in the tournament. Love to keep it going right here. That is high. 3 balls and a strike now. Crowd starting to filter in for the Stars Derby game. 80 degrees, just about perfect. Here's the 3-1. That is wide, and he'll lose him. So Stewart draws a walk. Runners at first and second. This will bring the go-ahead run to the plate. Here's Luke Navigato out of Cal Baptist. Base hit in the first and scored and stole a base. Looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound. Kind of break things up a little bit. There's nobody getting loose in the bullpen. Pitching coach out, got his arm around the pitcher. Reassure him that he's got the stuff he needs to do to get her done. Conference is over. Conference was attended by all of the infielders. Base runners were able to go talk to their respective coaches. And everybody headed back to where they belong. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Larks 1 out away from getting to tomorrow. And the first pitch to Navigato. Good strike on the outside corner at 86. Ball and a strike, 2 outs, runners at first and second. Base hit and a walk. And the 0-1. That is bounced foul. Navigato played that one off his front foot. Good curveball there from Tyler Starks. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hayes faithful on their feet. And the 0-2. That is in there for a call strike. He paints the outside corner, and that'll do it. The Larks get the victory. Here's your totals. For the Waves, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. And for the Larks, 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. Winning pitcher is Dylan Schneider. Loss will go to Kevin Palm. Starks will pick up the saves. Want to congratulate the Waves on a fantastic season. Wish them a safe trip back. The Larks will play the Everett Washington Merchants tomorrow night. 2 more games to follow tonight. We've got the Derby Twins and the Kansas Stars. And in the late game, we will have the Cheney Diamond Dogs and the Mulvane Patriots. For Chris and Jack, I'm Todd signing off for the tournament. It's been a great ride with you, and we will see you another time.